Let's get ready to work that upper body, ladies. This is strength for your shoulders, back, chest, and arms. So let's get the blood flowing. Welcome to Fab and Fit over 40 and beyond. If you are new here, bring your knees up and twist. My name is Rhoda. I'm glad you found the channel, and welcome back to my favorite ladies who subscribe and come on back and work out with me each week. This upper body follows a lower body that was released earlier this week, arms forward and back. So if you did not get that workout, maybe line that up for tomorrow. That would be a great workout to follow this one because you're gonna wanna rest your upper body. Arms forward and back here. Lots of movement. We want lots of muscles moving so our blood gets flowing. Let's reach out. We work on strength training here, like this workout today. We wanna look good, right? But also building that lean muscle is super important because it will help increase and maintain your metabolism out and in here. Of course, bone density is so important. We do low impact cardio on the channel. We use dumbbells usually to get the heart rate up. Arms up and down here, forward and back with the heels. Just keep that body moving. So the low impact cardio is for your heart and abs, core, and balance. Let's swing the arms, big arms, stretching out the back. Always working on abs, core, and balance. Super important as we age. Now today I am using a chair. I will also use my coffee table as a bench. So if you have something like that, or even a real bench that you can lay on, which will allow you to get a little deeper into some chest work we're doing, I'm going with 5s, 8s, 10s, and 15s. We'll go and break this down 4 circuits. First circuit's back, then we go into shoulders, then we go into chest and back, and then we go into those arms. Starting with light dumbbells. We're gonna hinge forward. From there, we're gonna make a V, come back, and stand up. Ready? So hinging forward, V overhead, bring it up. Hinge forward, make that V, come on up. So deadlift position, weights in the heels, a little bend in the knees. Back is flat here. Drive the hips back, and as you come up, drive them forward. Go ahead and squeeze those glutes. Bonus, whenever we do this position, for upper body, we can get those glutes a little bit of exercise as well. Feel this coming across the shoulders in the back, down into the back. Nice warm up here. From here, we're going to increase our dumbbells and use a chair for a bench. If you have heavier dumbbells, otherwise you can cross up because we're doing one arm, so 2 dumbbells in one hand to do a back row. I'm gonna grab my 15 and my chair. This is just for some support. Palms facing the chair, pulled back towards the waist. Pull. Abs are tight, back is flat, shoulders are square to the mat. So in other words, if there were a box on the floor, up to your chest, the shoulders stay in conjunction with that box. You're not leaning back, okay? It's all in the back. Feel that lat muscle. It runs up and down the back on the side of the spine, between the spine and your obliques. Large muscle. You can go heavier here, even beginners. With 3 or 5 pound dumbbells, you can double them up. You can do this. We'll just go to the other side, and you should feel that. When your back is strong, your posture is good, it pulls your shoulders back, makes everything look great. Not to mention, good posture is very, very important for balance. And as we age, of course, we want to be upright. Pulling back. I have watched my aging parents become very hunched over. And I have to think that if they had done strength training, which neither of them did, that really wasn't a thing, right? I mean, I'm 62, so I was born in 1963, and really, this kind of thing wasn't something we did, and women especially believed in that generation that any kind of strength training was going to make you big. That is not true. It's going to make you strong. That is true. And we want to be strong. We want to have good posture as we age, of course. All right, I'm going to use my light dumbbell because we're going to set this up in a plank position if you would like. You can add the core here, coming out to the side. Less advanced, you can come up right here. Feet are under the hips or slightly back. You can change the position here. As you come back, you're going to feel that core engage. So find what works for you. But again, think of that box, okay? Coming out to the side, there's a tendency to want to turn. Try and keep those shoulders still. This is coming into your rhomboids, some trap work, kind of the smaller muscles that connect the larger muscles to your spine and the rest of your upper and lower body right here. Awesome job. And we'll go to the other side now. Remember the different feet positions. And if you are right here, just working the mid-back and the upper back, absolutely fine. As you advance, you'll be able to come back further and further till you're back in that plank. Feet nice and wide here. It's going to help with stability. Keep the abs tight. You're working them. And you're working the lower back, part of the upper body here, as is your core, right? So even though we're hitting these muscle groups by circuits, a lot of core work thrown in here. When we think of core, we often think of abs, but it's also your obliques, which is the waistline, and your lower back into your upper glutes. And we want all of that strong, of course. All right, let me grab my other 5. We're going to sit. We're going back to that V, okay? We're going to pulse it, then come back down, and then pulse the fly to the side. So hinge forward, nice flat back. Here we go. V. 1, 2, 3. And down, out to the side. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And down. Make your V. 1, 2, 3. And to the side. Squeeze. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Slight bend in the elbows for both of these. Light dumbbells. They're far away from the body. Gravity's pulling on your dumbbells. It's also pulling on your arms. So physics tells us you're lifting much more than whatever your dumbbell weight is. And awesome job. We have our first rest. We have a nice long 60 seconds here. Round your back. Now you're rounding all the way up from the tailbone, up through the shoulders, across the shoulders, and across the back. Good. You can roll out those shoulders. We're going to work them next, other direction. I'm going to go with light weights to start. Because these are circuits of 6 exercises on 1 or 2 muscle areas, you can go lighter, a lot of reps. You'll get that change you're looking for. All right, we've got 5 pounds or whatever works for you. I saw someone call these goalposts, and I was like, that's perfect. So goalpost arms, down, up, squeeze, open, press. Follow me. Here we go. Down, bring it back, squeeze them, squeeze, and open, overhead press. Press. Bring it down to the front, come up, squeeze, and open, press it up. I often say, soft knees or elbows. In this case, on this press, full extension there. Feel the shoulder, back, front, and top, working here. We're hitting it all. I wouldn't call this a warm-up though, right? This is tough. Shoulders are already warmed up because they assist in that back work. And good. All right, we're going to do a press from the floor. So we pull and press. There is a modification if the knee bending is a little strenuous and if you have any knee pain. I am going to go, I was going to go 15. I'm going to go 10. Right here, we're pulling and pressing to the sky with just one side. Pull and press. I think that's good weight-wise because we are going with 6 exercises or 5 exercises, one on each side here. And my left shoulder's been a little tweaky. So I can work it, right? I can keep it strong, but at the same time, as we age, modifying is a fact of life. And if you have pain, I want you to modify, okay? Good. So now this side, which is my right side, you probably haul up that 15 and do it, no problem. But because I did 10 on this side, I want to keep balanced, okay? We don't want to develop the stronger side, make it even stronger, and have this one lag even farther behind. All right, from the floor or from the standing position, watching the modifications, here we go. Abs tight here, they're working. Just one press here, feel right there, feel that. Core. I love single arm shoulder presses, it makes me feel strong. I mean, you work out with dumbbells, you're gonna be strong. It's nice to kind of be able to recognize that, because of an exercise you're doing, you're thinking, I probably couldn't have done that before I started doing strength training. So work your way up if you're just getting started. You will get there. Dial back the dumbbells weight, or take a break sooner. Go 30 seconds and then take the last 10 seconds as a rest. All right, I'm gonna go to both 10s. We're gonna deadlift to a shoulder row. So we're gonna have the weight as if it's a bar. We're hinging down, unlike the back row, rowing up to the shoulder. Stand it up. Take it down, shoulder, and up. Think about that deadlift form again. Dumbbells right by the body, down and up. Weight is in your heels the entire time. Do not roll up into those toes. Slight bend in those knees, soft knees. We're not doing squats, but we are softening the knees. So in other words, when you come down in this deadlift, this is not good. Locking the knees like that, okay? Puts too much torque on the lower back. We don't want to injure ourselves while we get stronger, right? All right, back to my light dumbbells. You'll start to notice a pattern. Our exercises, you know what? High row, sorry. Let's go with 10s. Sorry about that. We're not quite there yet on the 6th exercise. High row, so we're standing and pulling up. Here we go. Now think about elbows. I'm not doing this. I'm not rotating with my elbows going to the floor. My elbows are going straight up to the ceiling. Hitting the top of the shoulder. Front and back is assisting. As if you're holding a bar. Pulling it up all the way, squeezing those shoulders at the top. Now, shoulders are strong. Not big. They don't need to be big. But when they are shapely, it looks great. It makes your upper body look thin and proportioned. It helps keep your shoulders back so your posture is good. It's all working in your favor. All right, now I'm going to my 5s. And here's what I was talking about. The pattern on the 6th exercise, we will be doing some pulse work. So we're going to come up just like the first exercise, but we're going to pulse, the squeeze, and come out, do a press. So we're not doing goalpost to the front. We're just going 3, 2, 1, open, press, release. Pulse it forward. 3. Try and get those elbows working towards each other. Don't think about the dumbbells so much as the elbows. 2, 3, out, press it up. Now I'm in a staggered stance, 1 foot forward. I find that helps me balance. Whatever works for you with your feet. Doesn't matter which foot is forward, or if you'd rather have your feet right underneath you, whatever feels good. We get one more squeeze in here. And because it's the end, we have a rest. I'm going to do my press. There it is. Good job. All right. Bring those dumbbells down. Let's clasp the arms behind and roll your shoulders back. Really roll. I want you to feel a stretch across the front of the shoulders here. Roll them back. Lift the hands a little bit here. And breathe. All right. We are going to our bench work. You can do this on the floor. You could do it on a bed. I will have a modification window with the chair, all right? If you do not want to lay down on the floor or on some sort of bench that you create, that's perfectly fine. All right, we have a chest press. I'm gonna go with my 15s. We're not doing fly here, we're doing a press. Pretty strong, pushing straight up and down. Feet are flat on the floor. Push your back into your surface that you are laying on. And we're gonna press all the way up, extend the arms, and come back down. We good? Here it is. Press and release. Now, if you have lighter dumbbells, you can probably go a little bit quicker here, but don't rush through this. Feel the press and feel the resistance coming down. It has been studied, and this resistance right here, coming down, resisting, letting those weights in whatever exercise you're doing, just kind of scramble back to neutral. That resistance has been shown to really lean out nice, long, pretty muscles in women. Not that they won't be lean anyways, but changing and keeping this pace versus just letting those weights fall is a way to make that happen more quickly. All right, we have a push-up, ladies. You can do this. We will use the bench in just a moment. You can do this push-up on a chair or on a wall, down and up, okay? Here we go. I am on my knees. There was a time that push-ups from my toes were a piece of cake, if you worked for it. Had a contest in one of my gyms one summer where we did at the beginning of the summer, how many push-ups can you do? And the end of the summer, how many push-ups can you do? And they had to be good form and they had to be on your toes. And I rocked that competition. Of course, my gym, I didn't win. Certainly wouldn't do that. But I worked on them every day and could do them for my toes. With my shoulder now, that would be a really bad idea. Potentially, I could destroy the surgery in my rotator cuff, and I do not want to do that. No, thank you. All right, back to the bench. Hopefully you don't have to keep moving things, okay? I'm just doing it so we can stay in the camera range. I'm going with 8s. We have a fly to a one arm overhead lat extension. So fly, squeeze the chest, overhead, feel the upper back work, feel the chest work there. Fly, up, overhead, and up. So one arm with the overhead. Right here, pull your abs tight. If you're on the bench, your weights are coming below the horizon, where your elbows are, right here, see, below. So it's getting you a deeper range of motion, just working the muscle a little bit harder. Both overhead, feel the abs jump in there, and lying back. All right, we are going to use one dumbbell. We're going to drive a car. Okay, you're either going to sit with a much lighter dumbbell, or I'm going a little heavy here. I'm going to press it up, holding on either end, twist, twist, and down. Hang on to that dumbbell now. It's right over your face, all right? So be careful. Twist, twist. If you cannot control the move, I want you to lighten the dumbbell. Twist and twist. Feel the different way the chest works right here? Right here. Feel it. Twist and twist. That is your non-surgical, you know what, right? It's your press lift right there. And down. Hang in there. Almost done with this chest work. It's tough. Women are not as strong as men in the chest. We just don't have the muscle mass that men do. So working the chest is a challenge. All right, we have a press to a double overhead lat. So I'm going to go with my 8s. We're going to have these done. If you're sitting, use your 5s or lighter dumbbells. Weights are together, pushing them together as they go up, holding them together as they go overhead. Come on back up and down. So press, bring it over, bring it up and down. How's your back doing? Lower back, push it towards the surface that you're on, okay? Now I am a little bit off of my table here with my lower back. because it doesn't really have any padding like a bench might or the floor with a mat might. So I'm just focused on pushing towards that mat with my lower back, always through this entire move. Got to protect that lower back. It's no good if we wake up tomorrow and we can't exercise for a week, right? All right, we should be on 6. We are. We have a fly pulse. So we're going to have the dumbbells facing each other. We're coming out to the side for 3 and back up. Take a deep breath. If you're seated, this is tough. You're probably very tired. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. You've had gravity pulling on you a little different than we have on the bench here. So do this without dumbbells. Just squeeze the shoulder blades right here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Of course, if you can use the dumbbells, great. But if you're just starting out, I get it. It's a little much. 6th exercise. Just by pulsing that squeeze, you are working those muscles. They're contracting, 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 and that's where the change happens. Almost coming up for that rest. And up. And there we go. All right, you got a minute. Go ahead and stick with the bench for a moment here. We're going to open up our arms, let them go below sea level, so to speak. Just open the chest. If you are seated, just open your arms nice and wide. Just opening up the chest. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Bring it on up. We're getting there, ladies. We have one more circuit. We're going to move the bench and grab our chair. Working biceps and triceps. The smaller muscles in the upper body. They're located in your arms. And we're going to start with a wide curl, bicep curl. I'm going to grab my 8s, and I'm going to have a seat. I'm going to take just a minute here. Maybe not. I've only got 10 seconds. We'll see. I should want to get this. Get ready. Wide curl. Coming up in 3. I'm going to make it. There we go. Nice and wide. Here we go. Curl it up. Keep those elbows in at the waist. Okay, they're going to pull away just a little bit. But I am not letting my arms go like this, okay? This is not what we're doing. Keep those elbows in. That's isolating that bicep. We're working where it comes into the shoulder here. You've seen those pretty arms, right? With the shoulder, you got a little bit of definition down into the bicep, the front of the arm, and the tricep, the back of the arm. It's not a bodybuilder look. It's just a lean, nice and toned look. And awesome. All right, we got those biceps warmed up. We're going to do a concentration curl. One side of the body. I'm going to bring a 10, but I'm going to start with my 15. I'm going to see how I do. All right, and challenge myself because this is very isolated. One arm, elbow is inside the knee, inside the thigh. Hold the upper arm nice and still and curl it up. Squeeze the bicep. Don't squeeze the dumbbell. Tendency with bicep curls to really squeeze that dumbbell a lot, and that can really, irritate hands. So try not to have a super squeezed hold on the dumbbell. Of course, you have to hold it tight, right? But we're squeezing the bicep, and your hand's right there. You can feel it work, right? You can feel that? You can feel it make that muscle? Okay, I'm going to make it. I happen to be left-handed. So my left arm is stronger than my right arm, except for that shoulder issue. So I felt that a little bit. I didn't feel it enough that I was feeling pain. I did feel the strain on it though. So when you're feeling that kind of soreness a little bit, it's not painful. You kind of know where that line is, right? Where I'm doing a good thing versus I'm not doing a good thing. Stop when you feel like you're not doing a good thing, all right? Nice and slow on this girl, especially if you're lifting heavy. This is about as concentrated an exercise as you can get. Glute kickbacks kind of come to mind as well. Weren't any glute kickbacks in the most recent lower body, but there's definitely glute. Definitely glute. Try to mix up the exercises as best I can. All right, I'm going light dumbbells now. All right, we are going to a seated tricep extension with 2 dumbbells from a V position. So we're going to lift these dumbbells up to a V. Ready? When we get the beep, arms lift and come straight, come behind the head, bring it up, back down together in front. Make the V, and down. Feel the arms working here. Your shoulders are assisting as well. Really, the arms are assisting the shoulders to get this up. But if you focus on that bicep area, especially right here, you'll feel that. And then we go into those triceps, warming them up for your favorite exercise and mine, which is coming up next. All right. I want to know who said, oh, dips. If you said, oh, dips, please let me know in the comment. Let me know in the comments anyways, just how you did and what you liked and what you didn't like. But if you thought immediately, oh, she's going to dips, I want to hear from you because you are absolutely right, okay? So a dip, we're going to use our chair as a bench. You're going to clasp feet out. You're going to just raise the chair down and up. Beginning, take a seat, and then come down, up, take a seat. If you're more advanced, just stay in that dip position, not giving the arms any rest. More advanced, bring your feet out farther. Again, creates that lever, right? So gravity's pulling now in the back of the calf and the back of the leg, upper leg, right? So when we're here, it's really just the upper leg. So it makes it harder as you give gravity more space to pull on your body. So pick what works for you. And whew, catch your breath. We have 2 pulses here. We're going to start with a pulsed bicep curl. I'm going to use my 10s, and then an overhead pulse extension. I will use 115. I'm going to be brave. All right, so bicep curl. Palms face me. Here we go. Pulse it. 3, 2, 1, and down. I guess we're just going to do this. You know, I put seated concentration curl as one exercise. It was actually 2. So let's switch it up right here. All right, let's go to 1 dumbbell overhead. Pulse it. 3, 2, 1. Extend. 3, 2, 1. So what we're going to have to do is take these last 2 exercises and roll them into one. But I want to make sure you get some triceps here. So that's why we went from the bicep to this. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and up. Yay us. If you're here right now, this confetti is for all of us. Here it goes. I love putting that in our workouts. I'm going to put a commercial break right here. YouTube's got to put commercials in. I want them to put them at a reasonable spot, not in the middle of a circuit. Go grab some water, but come back and let's stretch. Welcome back. If you had a commercial break, let's bring one arm across. Now, it doesn't mean you always will. And if you have a paid subscription to YouTube, of course you don't. But most of us watch those commercials or at least skip through them, right? Let's go to the other side. And if I allow YouTube to put them in and I don't go in and do them manually, they will put 8 breaks into my workouts. Palms up, thumbs back. In the most inconvenient places, right? So like in the middle of, say, that tricep extension, all of a sudden we're going to take a commercial break, and that is not what I want for you. All right, pat yourself on the back here, grab an elbow, lean out of this a little bit. It's going to stretch that side body. Let's go to the other side. I know every video I want to make sure to thank all of you for subscribing, and if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe. Bring the arms down, roll your shoulders when you like, share, and comment on these videos, and when you watch them till the end, it tells the algorithm you like the content. Let's go the other direction. We'll do a neck stretch, and that helps grow the channel because they say, oh, people that are watching this stuff like it, so maybe there are other women just like them out there, and they know that because they know what those other women are watching, right? Ear to shoulder here. We'll show it to those women so they get a chance to decide whether they want to subscribe. So maybe that's how you ended up here today. Let's bring the head up. I have my super thanks, and I also have my Buy Me a Coffee, which is getting reinvested back in the channel with this new sound system and computer program and camera. Head up, drop the head. I've just, let's look to one side, created some member-only options, one of which has a live chat and a, not live chat, so it's just an ongoing chat for us to communicate. Other side, so look for that in the members-only section. And head down, bring it up, big smile because you did it. I am so proud of you. Please, if you haven't done the lower body, check that out and maybe line that up for tomorrow or the next day. In the meantime, have a wonderful day or evening, and I hope to see you next time.